products in them, or the, you know, Benefit just makes a really cute packaging. Okay, so we just came into video part 2. So they've come out with this line where it's all these little silver kind of like diamondy or sparkledy, or I don't know what the gimmick is. I need to look it up, but it looks like little stars or sparkles or whatever. And so the packaging's that way. And once again, they're just so stinking cute. So this is the brow product that I'm going to use. And then I'm using the Tarte, what we're talking about here is Graveyard Girls Swamp Queen face palette. It's got 9 shadows, basically 3 sets. I mean, you can use all of these individually, but I'm just saying she put some thought into this. She said she named each one based on her fans. And so all this to I want to say Swamp Queen, Graveyard Girls, what does she call them? Swamp Family. These names mean something to them, and I can't remember all of them now. Man Cat's a guy. I don't know if it's her husband or if it's just a friend. Each one of these has a name, so you can go over and see her as she reviews her palette and explains where every name came from. Like this one is the blushes. Does this thing really work? That's probably her biggest videos. Is she gets different things and sees, you know, I guess gimmicky things and sees if they really work. So I'm just going to do what I'm gonna do. I am not her. I have 1 million followers. I don't know. No, she's got 7 million, but I don't know how I want that many. That's a lot of people to write back. It turned into a full-time job. So I'd have to make a good living in it, you know, because I'd have to quit. And right now, I do this on the side of my living. All right, so I'm going to go with this middle section. So I'm taking this highlighter, and I'm using a Sigma E55, which is a eye shader brush, which is what she gave kind of an eye shader, and this is a Tarte brush with the kit. So that's just a shader, not a short shader. I keep wanting to say short shader, but let me show you what a short shader is. A short shader, I double it as a liner. Just easier to me than a lining brush. Short shader. That's an E20 short shader. Well, with Sigma anyway. Alright, so I've already loaded this, so I don't want to get it on the wrong side there. So I'm going to go ahead and go under the brow with this color. Now, on the inner corner, which is something I would normally do with what's left over on this, and then I may preload it, I'm going to use her highlighter, her facial highlighter. It's called Gator Wings, and she said something like it was because Gator's like her, I guess, her little mascot guy, and she wanted it to be almost ethereal because of the color, and so she gave it wings so it could fly. I don't know. Anyway, you'll have to listen to her explain them. Now, one thing I will say about this palette, the colors, the colors in this, watch. Okay, hold on. Okay, you'll see it when I do the eyeshadow one. The colors that have glitter have like glitter, like it will be in the air sparkling glitter. So I'm going to go, y'all know that I go straight up and down right here. A lot of people get a real precise brush and they'll do just that little area, but I want this whole area, and so I put down right above it and come straight down. And that gets the top and the bottom that way. Plus, I like to go sideways and kind of pull it to the inner corner. I like it to go ahead and go in. Well, when I do, if I do obviously a dark shadow, I don't do that. And then I'm going to use the leftover just right here on the outer part of the brow, because that's just a good highlight point. And so again, I'm going to get some and I'm going to tap it off. It's quite glittery, y'all. If you like glitter, you're going to love this. It's $45 at Ulta. I think it's exclusively at Ulta. I don't know, but I think so. I haven't checked the Tarte website to see if it's anywhere else. But I know they're selling out of it. Wouldn't surprise me if you've got 7 million people following you. Alright, now I'm going to use a large fluffy brush, and that is a E50. And I'm going to use the Sweet Tea bronzer. Just going to lightly put that in there. And I'm going to use that as my kind of background, what am I trying to say? My crease color to kind of, I go from the crease and then up a little, just a little bit. So that'll be kind of my background color. And give me that kind of brown base that I want. And then I'm going to put a darker color right below it and blend upward into it to give me the effect that I want. Remember, I've got a scar right there. And so I always go up a little more right there. And I will blend this out, so those of you who are looking at me for the first time going, Does she know anything about my, look at her eyes. Are you talking, girl? All right, so look at this, y'all. Even when I roll this, oh my gosh, glitter goes everywhere. So roll it lightly. Like, don't just brush around, it'll go everywhere. So just lightly roll your, I'm doing a small tapered blending brush. That's an E45 from Sigma. Hold on, I'm gonna see if it'll glitter for you. Do y'all see that? It's, oh my gosh, glitter just went all over my day planner. But it's important that you tap it out or it'll end up all over your cheeks is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? Unless you just want glitter on your cheeks. It's gold glitter. Actual glitter. Okay. Another way is, instead of looking down and swooshing, which will make it kind of go everywhere, place it down in the outer crease and then look up. And that will tighten the skin around the brush tip. And go back and forth very slowly. Don't swoosh around so much. Also, it'll be more concentrated that way, y'all. And I always kind of roll it a little bit in the outer and then I bring it in a little. And I will blend that out. I think I overloaded this talking to y'all. Oh my gosh, that is so much glitter. You may not be able to see it. With the blush, I think I actually could see it in the air. But see how I'm looking up? And that kind of tightens the brush around, the skin around the brush so it doesn't, the powder stays in the crease, which is making it very, very dark too. Again, I kind of roll it in the outer area because I want to darken it there. So as you can see, that's very dark. I will blend that out. And then I'm also going to use a short shader, which is an E20 from Sigma. And I'm going to use that same sparkly color. I must be out of my mind. But I am going to have to tap that off or it'll end up all over my cheek. I may have to really tap that off. Okay, so running it right under the lash line. Look at the glitter sticking to my eyelashes. And I also am going to put it just right at the outer lash base so that it will be behind the lashes and be a little darker and glittery. Oh my gosh. I actually love glittery stuff. You just got to be careful with it or it'll just go everywhere. It'll get in your eyes too, which can be very irritable. And I'm sure this is a cosmetic grade glitter, y'all. Now, if this wasn't glittery, any leftover you could use to your brows, but because it's such a skinny brush, I'm going to use the KABROW, so we're not going to do that. Now, I'm going to use, for blending, I'm going to use a fairly clean tapered blending brush, which is an E35. Actually, I need to clean my brushes so bad. So bad. I had that on my list of things to do and I didn't do it. Because I'm bad. So, I am just going to use this, and usually I just make sure I get the front real good, just to make sure that there's no lines there, and then I just blend out. You can't over blend. You can blend it. But if you over blend too much, you're going to lose the colors. They're going to get too much like each other, and it's like, you know what happens when you blend a bunch of colors together? It makes black, or like a muddy brown. So you don't want, actually I kind of want a muddy brown on this look. But anyway, I'm just trying to blend that out just a little bit. And then also I taught y'all another technique. Some of you may think this is like archaic. But once I've done that, if I got still too much over here, I use the fatty part, the meaty part of your palm, and I do this. And, of course, you will then need to wipe that off. Where's my wipes? Anyway, but it just kind of helps get in this not to flow anywhere. And since this is so kind of flowing, now I am going to use, I'm going to do the, hold on, I'm going to see if you see it this time. Let's see, because of the bright lights you might be able to. Do y'all see sparkles? Okay. Because it's all over my day planner. I feel like I'm getting a workout. Okay, so I'm going into Sweet Tea again. That is the actual bronzer. This is highly pigmented. Like, you barely need to touch the product in there. And what I do, just because this is so pigmented, is I brush, straight down for my bronzer. See how it's just so pigmented? I get it on there, and then I'm going to go back and just blend that out. And then come on up into the hairline. You can go the long way, straight up the hairline, and then the wide way, and kind of round it out a little at the temple. So again, I'm going to come over here, blend this out some, because that is quite a strong bronzer. It's a pretty good color bronzer for me. It's a little muddy. Sorry. It's a little muddy, but it's not too muddy. And sometimes you want some warmth to your bronzer because you don't want it to be too gray either. You know what I mean? Bronzer colors are kind of hard. I'll always do the underside of my nose. and my chin. And I go literally side to side because I have jowl droppings here and here. If you already have jowls, you can be young and have jowls. And I just have a large chin, so I also kind of do the little, but you don't have a little beard look. So go ahead and blend that out right under your facial line here. Blend that out and then come down. And especially for you ladies who may be older, or you have jowls, or you're a little overweight and that you got this kind of fatty thing right there, also putting a little bronzer there, you got to blend it out good now, will cause a shadow so it's not so noticeable, but blend it out good so that it doesn't, you don't see any kind of lines. Now again, I'm in really bright light and away from a regular timing or makeup mirror, so there's no telling what I look like. There's just no telling. I want some more coffee. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a good 4th of July weekend. When people say, what did you do? I say, nothing. It was great. Alright. Well, I cooked. And my husband loves to cook, so I don't really do a whole lot of cooking, but, you know. So, I'm going to use my DHC liquid eyeliner. That. I was trying to show you the pen. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'll do that. And I start a little higher than most because, why? Who knows why, class? Because I'm a little older, I have a bit of a hood, or if you have hooded eyes. And so I have to start a little higher and then come back and down fill it. And you can't even fill it out and make it thicker, and also you go in front of the line and come back, in front of the line and come back. And I'm only going to go to the end of my lash line here. I don't want to come all the way in. And I think I'm going to even part 3. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's a dog hair. Anyway, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to do my